I've known Lynn since he was the director of athletics at Bethune, and that's over 20 years. And I was director of athletics at Hampton University in Hampton, Virginia at the time. And Lynn was a young professional, and I started out as a young professional as well. And we would communicate with each other about what they were doing, what we were doing. And he has always been the consummate professional. I mean, top shelf. And the most engaging and the most salient points that resonated with me about Lynn was his commitment to the student athlete, to Bethune-Cookman University, and to his family, and to his faith. And Lynn has not wavered from that. And Lynn has done more with less than anybody in the country in terms of athletic administrators. And I say that with confidence. You can't have an excuse attitude. And it's a perfect example that I always tell Lynn. And I tell our membership, and I tell when I'm at professional meetings, I tell people all the time, I said, we have a institution that have won our cross-country championship, has won our indoor track championship, and guess what? They don't have a track. So what did that tell you? That tells you that they didn't make excuses or try to explain why they can't be successful. They went about the business of doing more with less and believing that they could be successful with what they have. And I think Mary McLeod Bethune would smile upon that, because she didn't have everything that she needed to found a institution, but she did. And not only did she make it work, not only did she survive, she thrived. And that is absolutely phenomenal. And I think that Lynn is an embodiment of those values. If you've seen our 30-second promo, you will see at the end of it, it has educating student athletes for the game of life. And that's what the athletic experience is. You're not going to win all your games. You're going to get knocked down. You're going to get disappointed. So what are you going to do when you get knocked down? What are you going to do when you get disappointed, when you get frustrated? And what are you going to do when somebody tells you that you can't achieve your goals and aspirations? And athletic teaches you to get up, dust yourself off, and try it again. Lynn has demonstrated by performance. Just look around at the students that they have developed that moved on to successful careers. Lynn not only talks about success, he demonstrates success. He measures success by the product of those wildcat men and women who graduate and go on to be productive citizens for our society. And Lynn is the spearhead to get that done. And contrary to what a lot of people think, leadership does matter. And Lynn is an exceptional leader. And he has demonstrated that over the years. He's a humble person, he's a God-fearing person, and he's a team person. And people gravitate to people with those kinds of personality traits. There is a connectivity to your institution. And obviously, 13 institutions have a conference to belong to. And so you build that allegiance, you build that pride, you build that loyalty to your institution. And then you build that loyalty to the conference, because when you get in non-conference competition, you get in the NCAA competition, and then you're rooting for the MEAC team that's there. And it's also a really ingrained kind of pride that faculty and staff and alumni just really impress upon you that their particular institution places a special part in your life. And that's where I think that people get that kind of support, that kind of just commitment of being associated with your institution. And people resonate when they are treated fairly, and particularly when you have that family atmosphere. And they come back, and they want to come back, not only as faculty and staff, coaches, or but they come back to have that camaraderie with their classmates at homecoming and other events, at games and other functions on campus. So that's to me, that's where all of this grows from freshmen and until you graduate, and then the Alumni Association. It's about an opportunity to be a part of March Madness, a Division I, and we've had success with March Madness. When I say success, we've had our teams to go to the men Division I tournament and be the number 2 seed. Our latest was Norfolk State defeating University of Missouri, 2 seed. And then Hampton University defeated Iowa State, a 2 seed. And the first upset was Coppin State University in Baltimore, Maryland, upset the University of South Carolina, Gamecocks. So that's where we are in terms of our history. In terms of the execution of a game plan, the organization, it takes a lot of people. And my staff has done a magnificent job of teamwork, planning. And we start planning the day after the tournament. You just don't start planning the week before the tournament. And we're very proud of all the ancillary events that are part of this tournament. The ancillary events not only are just entertainment, it's about engaging the community. We have Read with the MEAC, Read with MEAC, in which elementary school kids are challenging each elementary school who will read the most amount of books. And then we showcase those students. See, academics is what we're all about as a conference, our institutions. That's why they're there, for academic success. Athletics is a part of that process for an institution. So we also have a youth clinic that we engage with the Girls and Boys Club and the Salvation Army. And our head coaches come and put on a clinic for those students. And it's just about more than basketball. It's about, hey, if you want to be a college student athlete, you have to get your grades in middle school, elementary school, and high school with college prep courses and make certain scores in order to be eligible to be a student athlete on a Division I level. So those kinds of engagements that are important to us, you should see the expression, positive expression on those kids' faces when we're talking about you read the most amount of books. You have the highest GPA. The parents and teachers and counselors are just beaming with pride. And those kids who participate in the youth clinic, the same way. And we have to thank the Marine Corps, which is one of our corporate partners, and they have invested in us, and we're very proud of that.